I spent hundreds of dollars on ads, hours making explainer videos that no one cared about, and pitching to 100 editors who most of which didn't even bother getting back to me when I could have just been doing this one simple thing to build an engaged audience. Hey, I'm Jeff and I play guitar and sing in the math rock band Nurture Nurture. On this channel, I'll share the things that helped us grow as an emerging artist so that you can grow too. Today, I'm going to help you get more attention on your next single completely for free. This method takes less time and got me 1,000 streams faster than any social media campaign, playlist placement, or scripted content. The method is building an engaged community. I know how complicated that is, so I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it in this video. The single I'm using as an example is called Lonely Habits. It's by my band Nurture Nurture, whose amazing community got it to 1,000 streams in the first 24 hours that it was available. I did a lot of the video production for this single on my cell phone camera and on an old video editing program. I'm telling you this so that you know where I'm coming from. There's barely any money or fancy gear behind this release, and it still succeeded. And with the single, I was popping off like crazy. I was spreading my time super thin across all platforms and expert recommended promotion techniques. None of them worked. I made social media ads and retargeted them with a Facebook pixel. Nothing. I slammed the Instagram and YouTube algorithms with narrative content. No actual conversions to streams. Of all things, I thought paying for a submit help campaign and pitching to 100 editors in an educated way would do it. Actually, this did work, but not in a way I expected. If you want to know what our press strategy is and you think it would help you, then leave a comment about that down below. Which leads us to the 3 things that actually did work that I'm confident doubling down on for the next release. What did work was telling our community that our goal was to get to 1,000 streams. And we took them every step of the way there. 550 plays. That's the number of streams I can contribute to just our 4 biggest listeners a week after release. That's nearly half of all the streams this song has gotten in its short lifetime. How do I know it was just 4 fans? Because Spotify tells you where your listeners live, and I know where these listeners live because I talk to them every day. I had one worry though. I thought, what if this is just people streaming the song over and over again so that we hit 1,000 streams on day 1? But even if that's true, it means we're engaging these fans in a way that they're still so passionate about us that they're willing to tie up their phone or their PC or whatever just to help us achieve our goal. That's still super valuable support. So let's talk about these superfans. Let's talk about what I did to find them and how we've kept in touch right up to the point where they hoisted me over their shoulder as their music champion. One of these people lives in my hometown. They're part of my real life, so honestly, there isn't much to learn here. Cultivate meaningful relationships with your friends and family. That's 100 of those streams. Next, we have 2 listeners that add up to about 120 of the streams that this song got in its first week after release. I met both of those listeners through the weekly Nurture Nurture live streams where I play our whole set of math rock live. When I was just starting, these were the 2 people that stayed the whole time, and they were the only people commenting or sharing on their own social media channels. We still talk daily. We talk about what projects they're doing and different ways that we can collaborate together. I'm blown away all the time about how effective a simple live stream can be at building an engaged audience. I spent hundreds of dollars on ads, hours making explainer videos that no one cared about, and pitching to 100 editors who most of which didn't even bother getting back to me when I could have just been doing this one simple thing to build an engaged audience. You may be thinking, well, Jeff, I don't have months to cultivate friendships. That's okay too. The listener that contributed most to our 1,000 streams was a brand new follower. I met them on Instagram because they liked a Tiny Moving Parts post and they had emo in their name. They immediately jumped into our world. The evening that Lonely Habits came out, I shared a portion of my screen so that our listeners could watch the streams tick up to 1,000. This listener jumped on it and immediately started chatting with me about my goal, my music, and asking what they could do to help. When I went live that evening to launch the song on other platforms, this listener was there. When I did a 3-hour-long live stream the next day with an in-detail guitar lesson and a lyric explainer, that listener was there the whole time. All of this because they knew their contribution was helping us achieve our goal. At the end of release day, everyone who knew they contributed got to celebrate with us when we counted up to 1,000 streams. By telling our listeners what our goal was, we created an environment of collectivism, and it made all the difference when we launched our single. So do I think you should try social media ads, pitching to press, and making all kinds of content for your socials? Definitely. But what I found worked for me was cultivating friendships through live streams and sharing our goals as an emerging artist with our listeners. Because if you can't be a rock star, you might as well be relatable. Thank you so much for watching. If you think this is going to help your next single succeed, please consider subscribing to the channel. That's a way that you can repay the favor for free, but it also means you'll be along for the ride whenever I share more helpful tips to help your music get more streams. I hope your next single does great, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon.